Billions in institutional capital are actively migrating on-chain, but the infrastructure required to hold, route, and report on those assets remains a highly complex labyrinth. Building custom smart contract architecture from scratch is a massive operational bottleneck. It demands months of specialized Solidity development, and security audits routinely cost hundreds of thousands of dollars before a single dollar of user funds can be deposited. To bypass that development cycle, the industry has rallied around pre-built, standardized infrastructure, marketed broadly as institutional vaults. Three dominant protocols have emerged as the go-to solutions for teams looking to deploy capital quickly: Lagoon, Veda, and Morpho. Because they all offer a way to pool and deploy assets, the market assumes these three protocols are identical tools competing for the exact same customers. Treating these highly specialized tools as interchangeable substitutes causes builders to deploy the wrong architecture. The result is broken user experiences, severe compliance failures, and capital trapped in inefficient strategies. If you select a vault standard that lacks strict segregation of duties and independent reporting, traditional limited partners simply cannot legally allocate capital to your product. If you choose an architecture that limits your smart contracts to a single blockchain, you permanently lock yourself out of automated cross-chain liquidity scaling. If you integrate a protocol designed for broad, generalized yield routing, you risk violating the highly specific, curated risk parameters demanded by institutional clients. This diagram illustrates the problem. Institutional vaults is a vague marketing label slapped across three entirely distinct operational mechanisms. To build a sustainable product, you must stop looking at what the vault claims to be and evaluate exactly who its underlying architecture was built for. Morpho is a decentralized lending primitive. It is not designed to be a general-purpose fund manager or an automated trading bot. Users deposit capital into Morpho vaults, which allocate assets across isolated lending markets. A dedicated curator actively manages these allocations. They set parameters and isolate specific risk profiles, choosing exactly which collateral types the vault is exposed to. The outcome is highly capital-efficient yield generated strictly from peer-to-peer borrowing interest. Because Morpho is confined to lending interest, it cannot execute complex multi-protocol delta-neutral strategies, and it cannot act as a vehicle for real-world assets. Real-world assets, or RWAs, are tokenized representations of traditional financial instruments like treasury bills or real estate. Morpho operates as a precision scalpel for curating lending risk. It serves DeFi-native strategists perfectly, but it lacks the broad administration tools required for managing diverse, multi-asset portfolios. Lagoon approaches the problem differently. It functions as the on-chain equivalent of a traditional back-office fund administrator. To operate a Lagoon vault, a manager configures an ERC 7540 contract and establishes strict role-based access controls using multi-signature custody wallets. ERC 7540 is an Ethereum token standard built to handle asynchronous deposits and redemptions, which is mandatory for off-chain assets that take days to settle. Lagoon's defining feature is independent net asset value, or NAV, computation. Using a third-party service to calculate this price ensures objective, tamper-proof valuation. This programmable infrastructure replaces manual back-office administration, generating immutable compliance reports to handle strict institutional requirements. Lagoon provides a secure, compliant operational shell. The builder remains completely responsible for defining, executing, and monitoring the actual yield strategy inside that shell. Lagoon solves for legal compliance and reporting segregation. Traditional asset managers bringing off-chain mandates on-chain require this level of administrative separation to operate legally. Veda leaves boutique fund administration behind to focus entirely on massive, consumer-scale automated yield. It is built for raw volume. Enterprise teams partner directly with Veda to integrate their boring vault standard into massive consumer front ends. Kraken, for example, uses Veda's infrastructure to power their DeFi Earn program, handling over $100 million in deposits. This delivers a turnkey, fully white-labeled product that completely abstracts away all DeFi complexity. The retail end user simply deposits stablecoins and earns yield, without interacting with smart contracts or network fees. Once a user deposits, Veda's cross-chain routing engine automatically scans and moves capital across multiple blockchains to capture the highest yield. Achieving this scale requires delegating yield curation entirely to Veda's team, trading granular smart contract control for frictionless automated deployment. Veda secures over $3.5 billion in total value locked because it provides the ultimate infrastructure for massive consumer-facing exchanges and Layer 2 networks that require zero back-end maintenance. When you view these three protocols side by side, the generic institutional-grade marketing hype falls away. Evaluating Lagoon, Veda, and Morpho is not a search for the objectively best code, it's a search for the exact infrastructural fit for your users. Look at this triad. Every builder must navigate the exact same trade-off, balancing absolute asset class control, automated scale, and specialized lending efficiency. The correct choice depends entirely on your business model and your ultimate end user. Selecting Vault infrastructure is an exercise in defining your organization's exact operational identity. This decision matrix charts the paths for capital allocators. Traditional managers and RWA issuers requiring objective NAV and strict compliance must choose Lagoon. Exchanges needing an automated white-labeled earn button for millions of users require Veda. And DeFi strategists needing isolated peer-to-peer lending yield must build on Morpho. Never force infrastructure to do a job it was not architecturally designed to handle. Permanently aligning your protocol choice with the specific demands of your ultimate end user ensures your on-chain product scales efficiently and operates securely.